Welcome to Happily Homemade with Love.
Today I'll be making this wonderful and nutritious Methi or Fenugreek Laddu. Let me first take you through the ingredients that we would need to make this laddu, and then I will talk more about the health benefits of eating this. So here I have taken 1 cup of fenugreek seeds, which I washed thoroughly and then dried it on a cloth and powdered using a mixie jar. So this is the finest I could get. So go ahead and powder it using any kind of blender you have. And into this, I add 2.5 cups of milk, mix it thoroughly, and then I let it sit or soak overnight. Please go ahead and use a whisk instead of a spoon. It took a long time for me to mix them well together. Now you can see how the powder has absorbed all the milk already. Now at this stage we are just going to let it sit overnight or at least for 8 hours. You can see rest of the ingredients we need to make this laddu. So here I have the soaked fenugreek powder, 1.5 cups of ghee or clarified butter, 2 cups of wheat flour. I have taken roasted crushed almonds and pecan, and we have black pepper 8 to 10, gum resin or Gondh edible gum 1/2 cup, cinnamon sticks, cumin seeds, dry ginger powder, nutmeg, cardamom, fennel seeds or saunf. We also need 1.5 cups of jaggery. All the spices need to be dry roasted till you get that nice aroma. Here I am not dry roasting just the ginger powder because we don't want to burn it. I'm also crushing the nutmeg into a coarse powder, and then I'm going to dry roast along with the other spices. Once the spices have cooled, grind it into a fine powder. Now it's time to also add ginger powder. Mix them well and keep it aside. In a heavy bottom shallow pan, I have taken 1/2 cup of ghee or clarified butter. Once the ghee is hot, I'm going to fry the Gondh or edible gum. So there are 2 types of Gondh or edible gum. One is known as Gondh katira or badam Gondh, and it is generally soaked in water, and it actually increases in volume and it has a cooling effect on your body, and generally it is eaten during summer times. The Gondh that I'm using in this recipe actually increases the warmth in the body, and it has many other health benefits too, and it is fried in ghee like this and it becomes crispier and puffier. So I'm going to share a link in the description box where you can check the difference as well as the health benefits of both the Gondhs. So I'm going to crush the Gondh and keep it aside. Take 1/2 cup of ghee or clarified butter. Once it melts, add 2 cups of whole wheat flour. Those of you who are sensitive to gluten, please do substitute whole wheat flour with sorghum or any kind of millet flour. Roast it really well till you get the aroma and color changes slightly. Add it into the same bowl where you have your Gondh. Now also add the powdered spice mixture, crushed pecan and almonds. And now it's time to roast our fenugreek in the ghee. Take the remaining ghee. Once it melts, add the soaked fenugreek. You can see how the fenugreek has absorbed all the milk and it has actually doubled in size. Crush it a little bit so that it will be easier for you to roast it in the ghee. You can even use a masher like what I'm doing here, and then with the help of a spatula just push it and then mash it, push it, mash it while it is roasting. Roast the fenugreek in ghee really well until all the moisture is gone and it's no more sticky, and it should resemble somewhat like sand. And once we achieve this texture, add it into the bowl with the rest of the ingredients. Finally, it's time to make the syrup. Take 1.5 cups of jaggery. Jaggery is nothing but unrefined cane sugar. And into this add 1/4 cup of water and let it melt completely. Go ahead and use brown sugar if you don't have access to jaggery. So once this mixture melts, we will filter it just to remove if there are any impurities. After filtering, put the mixture back into the pan and it has to be cooked until you get one thread consistency or one string consistency like this. Now it's time to mix this fenugreek and spice mixture into the syrup and mix it thoroughly until it is well combined. We will let the mixture cool for a few minutes. Once it is cooled enough to handle with our bare hands, we'll take small portions of this mixture into our hands. Using our fingers and palm, we will roll it into tiny balls like this. It will make up to 50 to 60 tiny balls like this with the measurements that we have taken. And this laddus will store really well in the refrigerator for up to a month. All the ingredients used in this recipe are very nutritious, and the way it is cooked in ghee adds more to it. Everyone can eat this anytime, especially when eaten by women during post-pregnancy, will help her to build stamina and will also help her with lactation. Though the procedure seems to be a little bit complicated, just give it a try and you will definitely fall in love with the taste too.
Eat healthy and stay healthy.